I bring you greetings from Eureka Online Math Clinic. This is season 1, episode 5 of the mathematics lecture series. So we are going to look at fractions, the types of fractions, and the simplification of fractions. So here we have fractions. What is a fraction? So here we have fraction is a part of a whole value. Illustration of fraction using a diagram. So this is the diagrammatical illustration of fraction for a better understanding of it. Now, this is a lump of orange. Now, we divided this orange into 3 parts. So, one of the 3 parts is shaded, while the 2 parts are unshaded. See, from the diagram, the shaded part expressed in fraction is 1/3. We have 3 parts. 2 parts are unshaded, while 1 part is shaded. So if you want to express the shaded part in fraction, it becomes 1 over the total number of parts, and we have 3 parts. So expressing the shaded part in fraction becomes 1 over the total number of parts, 1, 2, 3. Then the unshaded part expressed in fraction becomes 2 all over the total number of parts. So we have 2 parts that are unshaded. Then we have 1 part that is shaded. So expressing the unshaded part in fraction becomes 2 over the total number of parts, that is 3. So this is what a fraction means. So it means a part of a whole. Now we have the types of fractions. We have the major types of fractions, and they are proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction, and equivalent fraction. So these are the 4 major types of fraction. So for proper fraction, what is a proper fraction? Or what are proper fractions? A proper fraction is a fraction that has its numerator less than the denominator. So for proper fraction, the numerator is the value that is up, while the denominator is the value that is down. So for proper fraction, the numerator, the value that is up, the value that is up, is numerator, is less than the value that is down, the denominator. So a proper fraction is a fraction that has its numerator less than the denominator. So you have the value on top is smaller than the value down. Examples, we have 1/2 is proper, 2/3 is proper, 4/5 is proper, 3/4 is proper, and so on and so forth. 2. Improper fraction. When is a fraction said to be improper? This is a fraction that has its numerator greater than the denominator. So an improper fraction has its numerator, that is the value that is up, greater than the denominator, the value is down. So in an improper fraction, the value on top is greater than the value that is down. Examples, we have 4/3. That is an improper fraction. 4 is greater than 3. 5/2, 7/4, and so on and so forth. So 4 is the value on top, that is the numerator, while 3 is the value down, the denominator. Here 5 is the value up, numerator, while 2 is the value down, denominator. Then we have mixed fraction. What is a mixed fraction? So this is a combination of a proper fraction and a whole number. So a mixed fraction is a combination of 2 things: a proper fraction and a whole number. These 2 come together to give you a mixed fraction. So examples, we have 2 whole number, 1/2, it's a mixed fraction. 3 whole number, 2/5, it's a mixed fraction. 4 whole number, 3/5, is a mixed fraction, and so on and so forth. And the 4th one, have equivalent fractions. What are equivalent fractions. And when you use the word equivalent, you are running a comparison between two or more things. So you cannot use the word equivalent when you are referring to one thing. So if you use the word equivalent, it simply means you are running a comparison between two or more things. So equivalent fractions. What are equivalent fractions? These are fractions that are of the same value. Equivalent fractions are fractions that are of the same value. Example, 2 over 4 and 3 over 6 are equivalent fractions. Why are they equivalent? 2 over 4, if you reduce it to the lowest term, you have 1 over 2. 2 can go here to give you 1. 2 can go here to give you 2. 3 over 6, if you reduce it to the lowest term, 3 can go here to give you 1. 3 can go here to give you 2. So in this case, you have 1 over 2. In this case, you also have 1 over 2. So they are of the same value. So equivalent fractions are fractions that are of the same value. No matter the value of the numerator and the denominator, at the end of the day, if you reduce those fractions to their lowest forms and their values are the same, it simply means they are equivalent. So I present to you fractions and the types of fractions. In our next video, we are going to look at simplification of fractions. I believe you got value watching this video. Join us in our next lectures for another interesting package we have for you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. Cheers.